Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. With the permission of session chair and co-chair, I am starting this keynote session 8. Myself, MD Mohammad Firoz Ali, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechatronics Engineering, RUET, and Organizing Secretary, ACMI 2021. I am the convener and host of this session. Along with me, we have Rangon Dash as co-convener, and Irfan Ahmed Bhuiya, SM Naimul Islam, Omnita Agarwala as moderator to provide any sorts of technical support to this session. Today, we are in the second day of International Conference on Automation, Control, and Mechatronics for Industry 4.0. Current time is 3 p.m. Bangladesh Standard Time. I would like to welcome all of you in the keynote session 8 of ACMI 2021. On this special occasion, we feel honored to have Professor Toshio Fukuda from Meiji University, Japan, and the Beijing Institute of Technology, China, as a keynote speaker. ACMI 2021 has got a new dimension to have a resourceful person like him. He was the president of IEEE Robotics and Automation Society 1998 to 1999, director of the IEEE Division 10, System and Control 2001 to 2002, the founding president of IEEE Nanotechnology Council 2002 to 2005, Region 10 Director 2013 to 2014, Director IEEE Division 10, System and Control 2017 to 2018, and IEEE President 2020. He was Editor-in-Chief in IEEE ACMI Transaction Mechatronics 2000 to 2002. So, dear audience, this is the time to welcome our honorable keynote speaker, Professor Toshio Fukuda, with a big round of applause.
Okay.
Thank you for your appreciation. It's our immense pleasure to have Professor Dr. Sheikh Anwarul Fattah, Buet, Bangladesh, as the session chair, and Professor Dr. Muhammad Kamal Hussain, Ruet, Bangladesh, as session co-chair of this keynote session. After the end of the keynote presentation, there will be question and answer session. All the audiences are requested to write question, if any, in the chat box. Audience can also raise hand in Zoom after the end of the presentation. Now, I would like to request our honorable session chair and co-chair to take the floor and introduce our honorable keynote speaker to the audience.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a great honor. I am Sheikh Fattah, and along with me, our co-chair, Dr. Kamal Hassan, he's also with us. So really, it's an honor for us to get a distinguished professor. I mean, I will be reading his biography. It's an honor to know about him, his profound career. So let me introduce Professor Toshio Fukuda. Toshio Fukuda graduated from Waseda University, Tokyo, Japan in 1971 and received the Master of Engineering degree and the Doctoral of Engineering degree, both from the University of Tokyo in 1973 and 1977 respectively, while he studied at Graduate School of Yale University during 1973 to 1975. He joined the National Mechanical Engineering Lab in Japan in 1977, while he was a research scientist at University of Stuttgart in 1979 to 1981, the Science University of Tokyo in 1981, and then joined Department of Mechanical Engineering, Nagoya University, Japan in 1989. He is currently 1,000 talented foreign professor at BIT. He is Professor Emeritus of Nagoya University, having worked as Professor of Department of Micro and Nanosystem Engineering and Department of Mechano-Informatics and Systems, Nagoya University, Japan, and also Professor Meiji University, Nagoya. He has also been working as Professor of Shenyang University of Technology, Suzhou University Institute of Automation, Chinese Academy of Science, Russell Springer Chaired Professor at UC Berkeley, Seoul National University, Advisory Professor of Industrial Technological Research Institute, and many other. He is mainly engaging in the research fields of intelligent robotic system, micro and nano robotics, biorobotic system, and technical diagnosis and error recovery system. He was the president of IEEE Robotics and Automation Society during 1998-99, director of the IEEE Division 10, Systems and Control. He was founding president of IEEE Nanotechnology Council. He was the Region 10 director during 2013-2014. So he was a director, IEEE Division 10, Systems and Control, 2017 to 2018. And most importantly, he was the IEEE president in 2020. He was editor-in-chief of IEEE ACMI Transaction Mechatronics during 2000 to 2002. He was the founding general chair of some key conferences in the areas of robotics and automation, such as he was the general chair of IEEE International Conference of Intelligent Robots and Systems, IROS, held in Tokyo in 1988. He was founding chair of the IEEE Workshop on Advanced Robotics, Technology and Social Impacts, ARSO 2005, IEEE Workshop on System Integration International, SIL 2008, founding chair of also International Symposium of Micro Nano Mechatronics and Human Science, MHS 1990 to 2012. He has received numerous very prestigious awards, such as IEEE Eugene Mittelman Achievement Award, IEEE Third Millennium Medal 2000, IEEE Robotics and Automation Pioneer Award in 2004, IEEE Transaction Automation Science and Engineering Google Best New Application Paper Award in 2007, George Sardis Leadership Award in Robotics and Automation in 2009, IEEE Robotics and Automation Technical Field Award in 2010. He received the IROS Hiroshima Award for Innovative Technologies in 2011, Friendship Award of Liaoning Province, China, 2012, Friendship Award of Chinese Government in 2014, IROS Distinguished Service Award in 2015, Medal of Honor with Purple Ribbon from Japanese government in 2015, foreign member of the Chinese Academy of Science in 2017. He is an IEEE Fellow, SICE Fellow, JSME Fellow, RSJ Fellow, VRSJ Fellow, and member of Science Council of Japan and Academy of Engineering of Japan. It's a great privilege and honor for us to have with us Toshio Fukuda. Sir, Toshio-san, the floor is now yours.
Okay. Hello. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, where you are. Anyway, you are in 3 o'clock. So maybe you are in the afternoon. In Japan, you can say it's evening, 6 o'clock. So anyway, wherever you are, my colleagues, my friend, all my friends, or also ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to be invited by all of you here in this conference, ACMI 2021, Automation Control and Mechatronics for Industry. I'm very happy to be here with you. First of all, thank you very much for Ali-san to introduce me, then Sheikh Fatah-san for your kind, long introduction. Thank you very much. Also, thank you very much, Shajao Das-san, who are General Chair, Organizing Committee Chair of this conference. Particularly, I'd like to thank Roxanne, who used to be my PhD student back home to RUET. So he is a man, contact person, all of you here in Bangladesh and Japan. Roxanne, thank you very much for your effort.
Thank
Okay.
you, Sensei.
May I have a kind of a share? Share.
Yes, sir, you can share.
Okay.
Yes, can you stop your sharing?
Okay.
Stop your sharing.
Okay. Thank you very much. Just a moment. This is not one I want to do. Maybe I will show you something different slide. Share a moment. PowerPoint. Sorry. I missed something. Share.
Sensei, maybe you need to full screen slide share.
Yes, I'm looking for slide share.
Right side, bottom.
Yes. Just a moment. No, this one.
At the bottom right side, it is written 100%, just beside that.
Yes. So, no, not this one. Yes. This is one I want to share.
You have to select the slide.
Yes, that's great. Thank you very much. So today I want to talk micro nano mechatronics. This year as a mechatronics. So I talk about robotic manipulation, micro nano manipulation. So I'm working on such a multi-scale robotics for many years. This is my research field. Robotic human interface, micro nano robotics, it's a mechatronics. And you know, micro scale for macro to nano here. Maybe can you hear? Can you hear me?
Maybe the slides are not shared.
Oh, this is not shared? Oh, that's a problem. Once again. How can I share?
You have
On
to
the bottom,
select. You have to select the
green button. Previously, it was appearing on the bottom, on the Zoom screen bottom, green color shared screen. The arrowhead with the green
No,
arrowhead.
this is not the one I want to share.
You have to select the slide. You selected your face or something screen. You have to select the PowerPoint.
Okay,
Then-
I want to select this one.
Yeah, PowerPoint. Select the PowerPoint and then
Select. So where's the select? Once again, select Zoom.
select the PowerPoint.
Select. You share. Okay.
You selected the screen.
Yes, it is coming.
Yes, sir. Yes. It's coming. Yes.
Can you hear? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Can you see? That's right.
Yeah. We
Okay.
see the slide shorted. Yes.
Yes, now
Okay.
it's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. Okay, thank you very
Yeah,
much. Sorry to be give a trouble. Thank you, Roxanne, very much. So micro nano megatronics, robotic manipulation is a kind of my research field, and I used to work, still working multi-scale robotics in the field of kind of robotics. Okay, where? Here, okay. Here, robotics, human interface, micro nano robotics, and megatronics here. So the micro scale from macro to nano is like here, it's 1 kilometer, 1 meter, 1 millimeter, 1 micrometer, 1 nanometer. This is very interesting to think about. Okay, 10 of minus 3 or power minus 3, 10 of minus power 6, 10 of minus 9 power. So that's here. So for example, multi-scale robotics, here is like here, this is a kind of a cell, fish, like organ, like an animal, like making a society of human being. Likewise, how we can make such a robot system, nano level scale, micro scale, then they come up here, make a robot here, so make a many robot working here, such as swarm robotics or collective robotics, those things here. So here we can say like a corona, for example, you can think about such a corona. Then you can have a PCR. This is a micro nano level system devices, and you can make such a kind of a swab here. Also make such a robotic system here, or you can have such a mobile robot for this inspection, infection, or some other more robot to work together here. So this is something like in a day is a year that the coronavirus pandemic you can work on. For example, here I have so many PhD students work for me. That's nice to work together. Somewhere Roxanne must be here. Roxanne is somewhere. Roxanne, where you are? Roku,
Yes, I am.
Roku, where you are?
Here. Rokunujaman in the top, in the bottom, at the bottom middle.
Middle bottom.
Bottom middle. Yeah.
Roxanne here. He is my PhD student. That you can see. There's 104 PhD students so far. He is one here. That's nice. Okay. So anyway, thank you very much once again. Multi-scale robotics and micro nano mechatronics. There's so many things. Can you hear? Can you hear? Is okay?
Yes.
May I
Okay.
continue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so micro nano mechatronics, such a kind of, I have some kind of curriculum, introduction 1 to 15, something like that. But I talk here today, 11, 12, 13, those areas, okay? Micro nano robotics here, such a kind of scale-wise, say, such a kind of 1 millimeter wise, 1 micrometer wise, 1 nanometer here. So it's a 10 nanometer here, so like this. So micro nano robotics here, important is sensing, actuating, how to fabricate the structures, mechanical component, how to operate, how to communicate. This is very nice. may be used for nano factory, drug delivery system, micro nano surgery, environmental purification, and many things, okay? You can use those things here. So I wrote a book, micro nano manipulation system, and here, trend of miniaturization is a millimeter wise, micrometer wise, nanometer wise, such a kind of a way, top down to nano. Bottom up here is a nanometer to micro to millimeter. It's kind of a bottom up here, okay? That's nice to see. You can see DNA diagnosis here, like a PCR, non-medical robot, or microsurgery, minimal invasive surgery. Today, robot technology is very important for realizing such a minimal invasive surgery, such a kind of Da Vinci robotic system here. So nanobiology, microbiology, so many, okay? So here there's a MEMS technology, micromechatronics, or nano-electromechanical systems here, so something here. So here there's a micro manipulation, here nano manipulation. That's the kind of areas. So micro nano robotics, that the for example, nano macro scale, robotic mechatronics, system design, sensor actuator, assembly control important, and design principles there. But here, the micro nano areas, it's the same, but the problems, there such a kind of a mass is not important. Important is such a surface intention. This is 3D, you are working on 3D here, because gravity is very important. Here, this is gravity is not important. Instead, such a kind of 2D type, two-dimensional force, such a kind of interaction. So micro nano robotic automation technology can be characterized such as teleoperation-wise or autonomy-wise here. So that's a kind of here there's a nano manipulation, or here there's a micro manipulation here. Here that's a sometimes you can use atomic force micro manipulator, or here you can use a SEM scanning electron microscope like that. That you can use many things. Or some people using such a kind of a flying robot, millimeter wise. That's here today. Or you can have a gecko system here, because you can think about such a kind how we can the gecko can stick on the wall like that. Also characterization from the micro nano robot automation technology wise, there is a teleoperation wise, autonomy wise. There are two types of things here, okay? That's a kind of problem here. So kind of a methodology. So here teleoperation wise, like electron manipulation, or kind of catheter manipulation or nano manipulation inside of the ECM, or macro manipulation inside of the optical microscope. Or autonomy-wise, they can do by themselves using such autonomy here, like a magnetic driven-wise here, or bacterial driven, or MEMS, such a kind of energy system here. So when you talk about such a micro nano-robot control technology for biological medical application, so maybe you can talk about such a biological cell analysis, or biological cell treatment, or biological cell actuation and sensing. So present technology, we have imaging technology, fluid control technology, navigation technology, manipulation technology here. So categorizing micro nano research work so far is in the first we have a dry environment, also wet environment. Also size-wise, millimeter-wise, micrometer-wise, nanometer-wise. So we can use such as 3D nano structures using carbon nanotube here, or you can use some other like a cell system here. So this is very interesting that the wet area is more like a application for biomedical areas. Here, dry environment, more like such a application to industrial application. Nano-robot manipulation. What we have done is such a kind of what I did as a pioneer work is I created nano-laboratory, nano-tools that led by all my PhD students here. They did a good job. That's a good. So that's many people working on those areas. This is a carbon nanotube here. That's again here, here carbon nanotube here, and also here this is a graphene. Diamond is one of the carbon. Okay, that's interesting. So first of all, I to be proceeding 203. My paper appeared here, and 205 review research in the field of nanorobotics in Sandia National Lab, and they cited we are responsible for the single portion publication of those things here. Okay, so that's a kind of a thing here. So, like anyway, millimeter wise, micrometer wise, nanometer wise, there's a kind of a bottom up or top down way. We can do something like that. So this is interesting here. So 3D nanomanipulation. Macro level, as I mentioned, such kind of gravity is not important, very important. But micro nano area, that's a kind of gravity is not important. Instead, such a intermolecular force is more important, like adhesive force. Okay, that's interesting. So strategy-wise, pick up such here, as FM or something like that. You press a pick and place. This is very important for robot technology, but due to the van der Waals force, that's a kind of, it's not easy to do so. So nanomanipulation system, nanomanipulation, that's important for individual nanoscale object, and that's many things. So first of all, we need an observation system, microscope, manipulation, master slave type of thing. We usually don't say nowadays, leader follower system here, or sample chamber, or end effector, grasping, fixing, cutting, things like that. So anyway, nano-robotic manipulation, we need such a kind of system or such a kind of microscope for the 3D manipulation because it's so small, so nanoscale. That's here. Fabrication bottom up, top down. Both way I mentioned that. So nanoscale. So nanoscale here, millimeters going to be here, micro level here. CNT carbon nanotube in between those areas, and that's very interesting here. So hybrid nano-robotic manipulation system here, that's interesting to do so. Same here, and manipulator, also thermal manipulator here. So telescoping carbon nanotube here, telescopic carbon nanotube like here, you can make inner going move around here. So it looks like such a kind of changes, such a capacity here, so that we can make many different type of things, nanotube bearing wise or something like that. So we just cut it here and extend it here, or put it here more. Like just doing like here, something like that, okay? Put here, like this, okay? This is something like that. So electrostatic actuation, telescopic nanotube is interesting. Just give a force here, okay? So that's nice. So how we can make it such a thing? Destructive fabrication process here. We can make those things here. Nice to make those things here. So that's nice. To make such a telescopic kind of nanoscope. So we can make those things here and change the voltage here. So we can control the length here. So just give a voltage here. And then this electric field just come up here, okay? So that's electrostatic force pull down here. So that's a change of voltage wise. You can change the kind of length of such a carbon nanotube inside. Another is a kind of assembly wise, using electron beam induced deposition here. That's nice to work on. So CNT like this here. So you can make such a kind of thing here. So metal component here, but anyway, that you can make such a kind of nanotube emitter array here like this. So that's here. So like a characterization of contact resistance here, you can make change here. You can make such a more transistor here. So it's nice to work here. So make such a kind. How many EBID, electron beam induced deposition point-wise, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can reduce contact resistance. That's nice to work on. So this is a 1, 2, 3. That's a 6 deposit here using EBID. So you can reduce such a kind of contact resistance. Very important here. So also bending, bonding carbon nanotube assembly wise. Also nice bending, give us such a kind of oxygen and changes kind of lattice, such a structures. Also here, we can change it here. We can bend here, then 1, 2, 3, like this. So how we can do that? Just give us such a kind of O2 beam here, so that they form such a kind of here in the tube here, so that we can change. Also welding, how we can welding? Give a WCO6, such a kind of metal, tungsten here, so that we can change it here. So this is something like here, change it here. So now we have a kind of welding, such a WCO6 induced gas. Also give a kind of inducing such a oxygen gas here, bending or cutting, even stronger cutting here by inducing oxygen gas. So we can make something like that here. We can O2 here, oxygen gas here. So we can make it cut here. Next cut, we have got 650 nanometer cut here. Now next 700 nanometer cut here. Now cut here 700 nanometer. In such a first cut, second cut, third cut here, we can cut such a kind of carbon nanotube. Or assembly-wise, interesting here is a kind of first bending, second bending, third bending, then manipulate here and cut here or cut here, okay? Cut here. Cut here. Then you can make a cut here, so you can stand here, and stand for Nagoya. That's here. So that's again here inside of 7, okay? So background of graphite, that's a very interesting phenomenon because graphite doesn't have a kind of gap energy. So that's really nice to have those in here. So that's a kind of here, carbon gravity, or those current density, all the things. Electron mobility is much higher in the graphene. So anyway, application is a graphene. We can use many graphene devices, or so many things, like nanofabrication graphene here. So graphene is just flat. That's a 2D. We need to make it 3D by bending, like origami. So the previous bias is making origami, like here, graphene, cut here in this way, and the bending first, second bending, third bending. Finally, we can make such a kind of box here, nano box. So nice here, bending, bending here. So this is something we can do that, move like that. So this is a kind of a manipulation in nano world using such a 2D graphene to make a cubic structure by nano manipulation. And also like here, we can make some kind of sensor wise like this. So nice to work on that. So anyway, this is something like that. We can do such a folding, such a process. Nano-lab consists of 6 components here. Insert PC of carbon nanotube, nanofabrication carbon nanotube, nanofabrication with carbon nanotube, EBID, nano-assembly of carbon nanotube, van der Waals force, EBID important here, nano device with a carbon tube, mass flow sensor, bearing, or scissors. So that nano 3D nano research materials, or CNT, pick and place, something like that. So this is interesting to work on. That here. Micro nanomechatronics is important here. So society or industry give such a kind of request to academians, say like such a kind of technology, like kind of environment-friendly product, or society ask us, give us such a kind of good device for aging population, something like that. And finally, we can talk about how we can make it such a requirement, how we can realize their requirement using micro nano mechatronics, using such a discipline in medicine, sensing, actuation, design control, energy, material, system design, and life science. So that's it. So challenge for green innovation is something like the natural resources here, environment, or food, agriculture. So that's a kind of thing. Nutrients, for example, we can use micro nano technology for nutrients production, making, or those many things here. Or life innovation wise, like medicine for life, biology, analysis, and synthesis. For example, like kind of DDS, drug delivery system, or minimum invasive surgery, like Da Vinci robot here, or rehabilitation, like that. Biology-wise, you can use it, such as DNA diagnosis, manipulation, or many other kind of system here. So when we talk about such a kind of work, green innovation, life innovation, from the micro nanotechnology, we can contribute to make some breakthrough in living, in green innovation-wise, life innovation-wise. So it's very nice to work on. So nowadays, I'm working on cyborg. What's a cyborg is that? Cyborg is a kind of cartoon, but you can see the cyborg is such an abbreviation of cybernetic organism. Okay, cybernetic organism here. So hybrid fusion of cybernetic artificial intelligence or bionic organ, the artificial tissue. In actuator-wise, we can use multi-scale robotic technology. So alternative device by cyber, for example, many people using such a kind of such artificial bone here, hip bone here. Like if people going to all that, the bone is easy to broken, particularly hip bone. So we need to replace such a hip bone with this artificial here bone here. Or sometimes you need an artificial heart like that, or blood vessel, something like that. Sometimes, okay? So the necessary technology for cyber is such a kind of bio-level-wise, or device level-wise, or system level-wise. We need those kind of individual processing and functional reproduction, or also using such a fabrication technology, so we can make a device like a cybernetic device, or like this. Then after that, we can make a whole control system, how they can work on that. So first of all, I show you 3D cell assembly based on micro-robot coordinate manipulation. First of all, we let in here this system here. This is just small kind of a unit here. We need a kind of such a kind of cell here, come up here, then manipulate here, then we can incubate, make more over here, then we can harvest, pick up a good one here and out here for further development. So that's a kind of thing. Each here, they have a very nice research field. Medical therapy robot here, that's also interesting. Microwave ablation and liver cancer, works like that. So this is a kind of important to do so. For example, like kind of, I made a REBA system here. It is such a kind of a simulator for such a kind of intervention treatment. Okay, so even here. So we started with such a work back to 30 years ago. Now come up here, make it here, make it something like that. We are making a model here. Then we can go to further development of super simulator like this. That's what we really want. So this is a kind of bionic humanoid BH1 like here. That's a kind of simulator. So this is not, even one is just on about simulation of blood vein. Here, this is more like we are working on such a kind of a head, brain, eye, such a, for surgery development. So now today, I just briefly talk about in vitro realization in vivo environment. What we do is we like to make a cell structure assembly in a test tube. Okay, so to do so, we need such a kind of micro nano measurement, micro nano manipulation wise, also need a kind of micro nano assembly. For example, micro nano measurement, we can measure dynamic interaction force between multiple cells. How the cell interact each other? Or micro nano manipulation wise, we can inject or some device inside. Also assembly wise, we can construct artificial cell. Okay, this is important. So micro nano biological medical application, we make such a here, co-culturing here, so we can make a such here. So many people work on here, such a micro devices here. So this is interesting, million nanometer wise, micrometer wise, millimeter wise here. So that's interesting, people work on. So here in vitro realization in vivo environment, for the blood vessel, this here we can bring here, we can make such a kind of blood cell here like this. Okay, that's interesting. So in vitro realization in vivo environment, such a kind here, we can make such a blood vessel evaluating system here, or skill evaluation, or biodegradable scaffold, or many others. This is a kind of micro-robotics surgery. Particular single cell and nano surgery system here, we work on injection, extraction, diagnosis, cutting, also embedded here, something like that. Important to do so. So 3D cell assembly from single cell, maybe single cell here, then we can assemble it here, one here, or make such a kind of line-wise 1D assembly, or such a 2D degree, two-dimensional such assembly here. Then we can make many here. So like here, we can, so far we made a 3D assembly method here, that here like this. So 3D cell assembly structure here, we can make such a kind of here. Here, nucleus, cell, tissue, organ system here. So we can make a 3D structure like this here. This is a multi-scale system because it's you are dealing with such a kind of nano, micro, and millimeter to meter wise. So this is a kind of here, single cellular level, group level, tissue level here. Make those things here so that we can make those things here eventually in the body. So that's a 3D assembly here. Model organism here, work on some resistive hydrogel, or originate hydrogel fiber, or photocross-linkable hydrogel structures. So we can make many. For example, such as here, like here, we can originate hydro here, we can load up, we can make hydrogel fiber, and then we can spin or can assemble it in the robin here. So that kind of a, oops. So 3D assembly here. So that kind of bioassembly by bio-nanomanipulation. There are many methodologies so far in my lab here. 2D, like a sushi roll or some others like here. Then I can show you some of the picture, okay? On chip sequential assembly wise, for instruction here, from here. So first of all, we can make a UV form, so it's a kind of assembled areas by electrode here. Then we can fix here. We can make this kind of small structure here. So inside there's a cell. This is a cell, okay? So this cell. Then we can put a cell here, okay? Then put here 1, 2, 3. Then we'll see. So we can assemble here. Then we can pull down, pull out. Okay, pull out here. So this is a interesting to think. So eventually we can put it back to outside. So this is a picture. The result extraction. So that's a interesting here. That's going out. Yes, out. Then slowly going out. This size, this is about 200 micrometer diameters. Anyway, these are also interesting to make this thing here, like here. So anyway, integrated semi-closed microchip here. We can go inside, can make here non-scale filters, cell sorters, micro pump, and here micro manipulation wise here, cell analysis, laser manipulation. So biomanipulation is here is a microstructure driven bacterial actuation, for example. We can use it here, like here, rotation. So there are many kind of bacteria, okay? That's kind of the motor here. So this is a kind of very famous such a kind of bacteria here, such a kind of flagella here, like here. Okay, there are so many here. Okay, okay. So you can use such a kind of flagella model here. So some is more than one flagella. Okay, study here. So observation was here. You can pull here, make those things here. Okay, how you can make it? Whoa, clockwise, counterclockwise. Change. We need to change the kind of shape here. So it's easy to go around. You go difficult in this way, but easy to go here this way. Okay. So make those things here. That's a kind of micro gears. We can make a micro gears, and that's nice to work on. Bacteria. This bacteria give us those things here, and that's interesting. So liposome. What's a liposome? Liposome is somewhere here. So that's a kind of thing here, and we can make an experiment, bacteria-driven liposome movement here. So in the interest, what's the problem? Problem that is here. Too many flagella. So solution, bacteria only touch here. So we can attach it right here. So also bacteria-driven draft micro domain liposome. It's also interesting. We can make an antibody here and those here, general motor. Make a left micro domain liposome, bacteria oriented only attached on the left here. That will make it easy to control. So it's easy to do so. Make a kind of check here. So that's nice here. Also, we can make an injection or the bees such here. This is a kind of C. elegans. It's less than 1 millimeter, like a snake moving around. In case you have accident, car accident, if you damage your backbone, it's not easy to get your nerve back here. So, but this cereals have a kind of good properties. They can reproduce it again. So that we don't see such as very interesting, such a kind of model organ, C. elegans. So, manipulation of C. elegans, we do that like this. Here, or we can make such a kind of here nice, go inside, left and right, depend on such a kind of many others. Okay, so that's again. So anyway, future direction, system cell engineering. We need a kind of engineering. We are working engineering. We are working electro engineering sometimes, or mechatronics here. We need such a knowledge of biology, knowledge of medical things. We can work together, people in biology, medical, or engineering, mechatronics. So we can work on micro nano mimetic system here, or we can make a single cell analysis system, or in medicine, we can make a regenerative medicine, tissue medicine, like that. That's nice to work together, interdisciplinary works here. Thank you very much for your listening, such a kind of micro nano manipulation, which bring us some kind of interesting areas, new areas of such a kind of micro nano areas. Thank you very much for your attention today. Hello.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Toshi-san. Really, it's an amazing and a lot of information, very fascinating and really very advanced knowledge we obtained from you, what you are doing, cutting edge research. So if there is any question from the participant.
Hello, Toshi-san.
Hi.
Are you?
Hi, Siriya-san. How are you?
Yeah, fine. How are you doing?
Fine. Here, this is now 6 to 7 o'clock.
Yes, I understand. I know. So there is a
So
question in the chat box.
One question in the chat box, what they are telling, like for COVID-19 detection, as you started at the very beginning, whether this nano-robotics, maybe if you explain
I cannot hear you.
the application of nano by Hafizur Rahman.
Yes, micro nano robot technology can be applied many areas in nano. Particularly today, we are working on such a kind of a COVID-19 in our such an application of micro nano robotics. So one of them is how we can make such a kind of something easier. Well, we can try to make a robot system, and it is done by robot technologies. It's nice to do so. So we are working on those things and did those things. So when you are mechatronics, you can make such a kind of a human to human, avoid a human to human interaction for solve something. Instead, you can ask a robot to work for solve something, so that the solve result will send to PCR. Then PCR, they can check it whether you have some kind of compete or affected or not. That's a kind of interesting. You can work many others, such a kind of how to detect such a compete like that. More using such a micro nanotechnology. Today, there are many methodology. How we can detect such a kind of corona virus. Yes. Thank you.
Is there any other question from the audience? If not, we are running out of time. So it's a few minutes left. I just have one clarification. Really, it's amazing. You have shown nervous system. I mean, this nano-robotics is now can reach the nerve system for disease detection or treatment. So as you have vast knowledge on robotics, human interactions, so I think in future, from brain signal, we can also directly, very precisely collect neural activity with the help of these nano-robotics so that we can have better brain computer or human robot.
I can hear you. I cannot hear the last part. Sorry. Because of bad communication.
Robotics can also use it. Yeah, the nano-robotics can be used in the brain to collect signal from the brain?
Maybe we can install such a kind of devices inside of the brain. That's a kind of also challenging topics. The reason why we don't do much about such a kind of brain inside is a kind of we need such a kind. We always face an ethical problem. I try to avoid ethical problems. That's why I don't do that. But some medical doctors certainly they can do such a kind of things. Sorry, I don't do that. Okay?
Yeah,
because
thank you.
Brain is such an important human resources. Okay, I don't want to touch it. I just want to make a kind of surgery system to assist medical doctors.
That's a different area. That's a different area. The doctors will do that implementation. But what Toshi-san is telling that it is possible to use this nano-robotics for collecting data from the brain signal. Maybe the doctors will take care of it because there is a huge chance of infection and other things. Now, whether that implants will be done or not, that depends on the collaboration between the doctor. Thank you, Toshio-san.
Thank you, Sylvia-san.
So from my part, I think as a session chair and my session co-chair, so we can end and I can go to, thanks, our session co-chair is there. So if you have any question or suggestion, you can ask.
No, thank you. I don't have any questions.
Thank you. So I can now go to our convener of this session.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
They will capture a group photo.
Seria-san, Fata-san, Oda-san, Das-san, thank you very much. Rock-san, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sanjay. My dream is successful.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes,
Toshio-san, they will give a certificate and they will take a photo. Wait 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Great. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. At this stage, our Honorable Organizing Chair of ACMI 2021, Dr. Sojol Kumar Das, will hand over a certificate as a token of appreciation to our keynote speaker, Professor Toshio Fukuda. Now, I will open the certificate for respected keynote speaker and would digitally like to request our keynote speaker to receive it.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Professor Toshio Fukuda, yeah, it is an honor for us to give you this certificate. With
Thank
you,
you.
this conference has reached to a different level. We have reached to high level by having you. Thank you very much for joining us. Please accept
Thank
this
you.
certificate of appreciation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can you send this certificate by mail? I can
Yes,
collect
sir.
it.
Yes, sir. We will send you by email. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and we will be honored for this. Yes, sir.
Okay, Fata-san, Siriya-san, Das-san, Rob-san, thank you very much.
So, Toshi-san, they will take a photo. Please wait 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Siriya-san, thank you.
Please capture the photo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to capture this beautiful moment as a source of inspiration for the next edition of the conference. I would like to request all of you to open your camera to complete this photo session.
Okay, go ahead.
Now kan udah.
Thanks to all of you. I will just take 1 minute.
I will, sir.
Okay, keep
Thank you, Rakunujaman.
stay safe, healthy.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
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 Take care.
Bye.
Take care, Toshi-san.
Take care of
Bye.
yourself, okay? Bye-bye.
See you. See you.
Bye. Toshi-san, bye.
Firoz, hand over the hand over
Ladies
the-
and gentlemen, it's time to appreciate our honorable session chair and co-chair. Now I am requesting our honorable organizing chair, Dr. Sajal Kumar Das, to share the session chair and co-chair certificate to our respected session chair and co-chair as a token of appreciation. Now I will open the certificate for session chair and would digitally like to request our session chair to receive it.
Thank you. Thank you for this kind honor. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Please accept it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It would not have been possible. I mean, you are the perfect one, sir, for this session as a session chair. With
No, I should salute Professor Rakunujaman. So really, in the circle, his name is in the middle. You see, out of those 104. So we feel proud of him.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request our session co-chair to receive the certificate as a token of appreciation.
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
Honorable Professor Dr. M.D. Kamal Hassan, sir, please accept it
Thank
digitally.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to you all for your participation in this session and make this session live. With the permission of session chair and co-chair, I would like to close this session.
Sure.
Thank
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you
Wish
very
you
much.
all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Thank you again, sir.
Welcome.